What's cracking? Welcome to the After Hour. I am Jim Rome. I am in Southern California, and in a moment that is sure to be bittersweet, I will be joined by our soon-to-be departing co-host, T-Bob Hebert, because today is T-Bob's final day here on the After Hour. So what I would like to do right now, what I would like to do today is just reminisce, is just celebrate the 3 days that T-Bob worked here before bouncing for greener pastures. Because truthfully, they were 3 of my favorite days ever. Now, granted, when we brought him aboard, I assumed that he would last, I don't know, more than a week. How wrong I was, but you take what you can get. Am I right, clones? Now, about those 3 days that T-Bob worked here, on a serious note, T-Bob did, and T-Bob does, what I always push you clones to do, but you rarely ever do for us. Unlike many of you clones, T-Bob is a guy who makes it better. T-Bob is a guy who elevates the conversation. T-Bob is a guy who is really funny, really smart, and does not make the same stupid, tired jokes. Nor does he reach for the lowest hanging fruit, nor call people fat, nor talk about baby Jessica in a well from decades ago, or talk about Ron and Nicole. He's actually read. He's well read. He's picked up a book. He's opened it up. He has read it. In fact, more than one book. And as I've said numerous times, until the After Hour, I had never really worked with a co-host. And while it may have only lasted a day or two, I will never forget that one show that T-Bob and I did together. He's that talented. He's that unique. And I knew that we would not be able to keep him forever. I just thought that it would last more than, I don't know, one show, 2 days. That said, I consider this a final send-off. I consider this a going-away party for T-Bob. There will not be any presents. There will not be any shots of tequila or even his favorite Marlboro Reds. Just beautiful recollections and memories of the one show we did work together. So if you want to share your favorite T-Bob memory or moment from that one day, or if you want to wish him well, get to the X. Hit us up right now. Hit T-Bob up at T-Bob53. Hit me up at Jim Rome. Or just email us. Go oldschoolrome@haveatake.com. So with that, I bring on the man of the moment, T-Bob Hebert, my brother. Nothing but love and respect. How you feeling, dude? How you feeling, dude?
Well, Jim, a pretty heady play by the old salty vet. Jim knows what he's doing, guys, because here I was.
What did I do?
Ready to come in and attack him, and yet he completely disarms me with some of the most kind, some of the most gracious, and some of the most validating compliments that I have ever been given in my entire life. And to start on, well,
why would you attack me, dude? Why would you attack me? All I've ever done is treat you with respect.
I'm going to get to that.
All right.
But we'll end on a serious note. By the way, do I sound better today? Because we are
sound better. You do. You sound, because you came out of that box, right?
What was that?
Where's the box?
Did you hear?
I did not hear that.
Did you hear a loud pop just now?
Did not.
Am I losing my mind?
Is that gunfire?
Okay. I don't know what's going on, but what I do know is
you do live in Baton Rouge.
We are adding yet another location, and this time
is that a chin-up ball?
I am officially
You're in a closet.
In the closet.
Wow.
For the After Hour.
The Shire is now actually a closet. Dude, give me 10. Give me 10 chin-ups right now.
Finally, Jim, what many people have wanted me to do for years will come to fruition, as after the hour ends, I will officially come out of the closet. But until then, back to the Shire. As I was saying, Jim, I'm so grateful to be here with you. I am so grateful to Adam and everybody who gave me the chance to be on this show originally, and everybody who was so welcoming. And we'll get to everybody.
Not the Adam who's going to succeed you, who's more famous than you and more accomplished than you, but Adam from Range. Who found you, dude. Adam, my man Adam from Range, my agency, Range Media, who found you. Adam found you, dude. Adam, he selected you. He found you. You ignored him for a period of weeks, and I'm so glad you finally responded.
Too real, Jim. True story,
dude. True story, dude.
You're exposing all of my flaws here.
Right.
I did not know that what was waiting behind that text was the opportunity of a lifetime. And so I am very, very eternally
I don't know,
thankful.
dude. You could have Googled Range Media. They were coming pretty fast.
Yep. Look, no one ever accused me of being what have I told you? I'm detail agnostic. Okay. It's tough for me to focus on a lot of things outside of just trying to make jokes on that day's show.
The good news is it's not how long it took. It's that you finally did get around to returning the text or the email. So credit for that. Look, and credit for Adam was the one who found you, dude. He discovered you. Yes, he found you. And he said, I love, and by the way, he fought for you. Just, I don't know if you know this. He kept going, man, T-Bob, he's different. You got to talk to him. I'm like, well, great. I'll talk to him. He's like, well, he won't return any of my texts. I'm like, well, how can I talk to him? And then luckily you finally did, and we had a great conversation. Then I'm like, all right, but you got to get through Tommy. And if you think that I'm uptight and wound tight, wait till you meet New York Tommy. I love you, dude, but you got to get through Tommy. And Tommy's like, dude, I like him a lot.
It was, dude. It was okay. Sorry, I got thrown off for a second there because I don't know what there was in this closet. There was a extremely loud pop. I thought I smelled something burning. I was having a minor panic attack. I think we've settled. We're all good.
Okay.
So I lost my train of thought. But yes, massive thank you to Adam. I had no idea when he gave me that text message and him taking a bet on me. Because look, that's the thing, Jim. Here you are, before we even break up, replace me with a guy who's significantly more successful than me, way more followers, way more of a resume, which, you tried to patronize me and tell me that, well, that's a good thing, right? You want him to upgrade after. But the point is, Adam could have gone something like that from the beginning, and he took a chance on me. And so I'm internally grateful for that. And I'll never forget the day when me and you first talked. I had a terrible flu, and I was like, but you got to bring the energy. It's freaking Jim Rome. This is your chance. You got to impress him. And I think we sat there on Zoom for about 45 minutes. And afterwards, you could not see this, but afterwards I showed my wife from the boobs down. I was absolutely covered in sweat. I was trying so hard to be engaging, so hard to put in energy. I was feeling terrible, and I was soaked in sweat. And then, like you said, me and Tom started to form a relationship, and, some of my favorite days, you didn't even know this was going on. Probably about 2 or 3 weeks before I started, me and Tom were working in secret. I was making fake hour documents for him and he would be like, oh, look, Jim's into this, maybe not so into this. And so we were kind of zeroing in. I was doing the equivalent of modern day internet research on your new date, right? Learning everything about them before you actually met them. And then Lorne and Nick and it just, everybody's been so kind, so welcoming. Still, one of my greatest regrets is that we weren't able to all get drinks together when I was there in California, and I had to run back to the family. One day we will, absolutely. Or you know what? One day maybe we'll drink some gamer fart juice guacamole.
No, we will never do that, dude. Two of my favorite human beings that I've met in this business, and this is saying something because I've been in this business like 90 years.
There it is.
There he is, dude. Dude, he's smashing it. It's been a long week. It's been a long life. Two of my favorite people ever, and I've been in this game like 90 years, are you and Lorne. That said, even though you just broached the subject, yeah, I mean that sincerely. Even though you just broached the subject, maybe one day we will all come together and we will have drinks. No. One day we will come together and have gamer fart guac. Dude, I love you. I love him. I love both of you. We will never do that. We will never do
Jim,
that. I want to lead from the front. I want to be an OG. I want to be a guy. We will not do that. We will never do that.
We're going to make a nerd out of you yet. In fact, we already have. Remember? We've gotten you to admit
there are ways to become a nerd without slamming fart guac. Speaking of farts and guac, dude, did you see that chick online saying that she got a 7-year? Okay, just checking.
Yes.
All right. Anyway.
Yes. That is. You know what though? I thought about it a lot. Obviously. And the conclusion that I've arrived at is that's on her. And you're like, whoa, T-Bob, you're victim blaming. Here's what I'm going to say. It is not acceptable in a relationship, or excuse me, the relationships that I seek, I do not find it acceptable for like open flatulence to be some sort of game or to be some sort of joke. Look, we're human. It happens. It is what it is. Okay.
What if it's a fetish? What if it was consensual? What if there's another side to this story that we don't know about?
Well, look. I'm not here to kink shame. If it's a fetish, it is what it is. But I think the much more likely thing is they had one of those kind of weird relationships where like they'd like flatulate on each other and stuff and like laugh about it. And so, yeah, sorry, you caught an E. coli lace knockout punch to the sinuses. You know, you lie in the bed that you make. Okay. If you had drawn a line earlier in the relationship,
it's not like you, dude. It's not like you to
acceptable.
speculate about something you don't know. It's not like you.
That is fair. That is fair. But,
Yeah, I know, right? It's just not like you.
I don't have a
Go
button,
back to telling me how lucky you were to work here.
No. I'm not letting you deflect from what I was saying. Okay. Which is let's not forget, guys. Okay. All of our wonderful clones, all the nerd clones. By the way, yes, I'm sitting cross-legged on the ground if you see me adjusting. But yes, all the nerd clones.
Is there no furniture left in that house? What did you sleep on last night?
Me and my entire family, which was kind of fun, right? Last night in the house, we had my two daughters' twin beds on the floor, sans sheets. Nary even a sheet to be had.
Sans and nary in the same sentence,
blankets.
Man. Sans and nary.
And so we were all just cuddled up like a medieval family gathered together for warmth while our dog slept next to us, just like the cows and chickens used to back in the 1600s. So
remind everybody really quickly. So if you're just joining us right now, T-Bob is moving on to greener pastures. T-Bob, where are you going? For those who do not know, where are you going? What are you going to do? Because I know that many of them love you and they want to track you and they want to follow you and they want to support you.
Yeah, look, okay, so after this show started, Adam gave me this incredible opportunity. Not long after, I got a job offer from Barstool Sports in Chicago. And you know what's crazy? I don't know. Like, would that offer have come if I wasn't on this show? I have no idea, right? Like, this show gave me a level of legitimacy that I never had before. But whatever, the world works in mysterious ways. And
I have a response to that I'm going to share in a minute, but go ahead.
I was hoping at first that I'd be able to do both, but then I was told I couldn't. But whatever. The point is, I got offered a job in Chicago at Barstool, and I'm 36 years old. You know, my kids are getting to the age where the older they get, it's going to be harder and harder and a bigger ask for them to move. And it was just an opportunity that I felt like if I don't accept this, then every single thing from here on out that bugs me in my life or something, I'm going to be like, oh man, well, what if? So we decided to remember that we were not descended from fearful men, and we decided to take a shot. And I don't know, who knows? Will this work out?
Dude,
Maybe it doesn't work out.
Dude, you were descended directly from the cannon.
That's
from
right.
the cannon, man.
That's right. And so we decided to fire a cannonball all the way up to Illinois. But look, I have
Grandpa
no idea.
think? What was for those who don't know? T-Bob's dad was former NFL great Bobby Hebert, great quarterback, great character. What did Gramps make of this whole thing?
So my grandfather, Bobby Joseph Hebert Sr., God rest his soul, he is the reason why I have this LSU jersey on right now. Which, by the way, it's Regionals Day. Let's go. Game starting pretty soon here. Go Tigers. This is my March Madness. But he passed. He passed back during COVID, but he's my namesake. I now have a son who is Quad Bob. He was the most tactful man you have ever met in your entire life. A man with these sparkly blue eyes with a hint of mischievousness kind of riding behind them at all times. A man who could make you feel as if you'd been friends for years after just talking for a couple of minutes. And I guess this is all to say that he would have been supportive because he always was. of all of his children who no matter where they were. Him and my grandma used to pack up in the RV and they'd go visit everybody everywhere. I remember coming to Atlanta back in the day. I remember going on road trips, see all my old man's games. Plus, he watched my old man go from the Saints to the Falcons, right? I mean, that's that real mercenary work.
That is
right there.
That is.
So Papa, that's what we used to call him. I think he would have been. Yeah, look at this, dude. So I love this picture. This is the cover of the Times-Picayune, the big New Orleans newspaper. This was the day of the national championship that we would go on to lose 21-0. And it says Tiger Blood. And then it's an article about my grandfather and how even though I grew up in Georgia, he raised me diehard LSU and whatnot. Very good beginning to the day. Very bad end to the day.
Yeah, man, that's good. That is good stuff.
Wait, hold on, though.
There's more.
The point is, though, Jim,
there's always more.
You're a nerd. Face it. You told us that you were in line back in 1977.
That doesn't make me a nerd. That made me 11.
Yes, it does.
No,
yes,
I mean,
you told me.
What were your options? What were your options when you're 11 and you're in Sherman Oaks? Every human being, every kid, every old man, old lady, middle-aged person, everybody was in line. I fell in line. I fell in line. You're the one that was obsessed with me seeing Star Wars and being in line for 3 hours. It doesn't make me a nerd. I just fell in line.
Play set, Mattel Vision Football. That's video games. That's sci-fi. That's nerd, brother. I don't know what to tell you. There you go. Yes, put Jim Rome in Fortnite. That would actually be incredible.
Put an AI Jim Rome in Fortnite. That's not real. Show me something real. Show me on the hog on PCH with those two gals. Let's get real, all right? And show you the real Jim Rome. That's fake right there. Let's talk about what really happened, not what you want to happen. That's not right.
By the way, I want the clones to answer this. So I don't know if you've seen the Cardi B stories. There's 2 Cardi B stories today. First off, apparently she's mad at Stephon Diggs. And again, to that I kind of say, Cardi, like, you didn't know? Like, you lie in the bed that you make. We've all seen the Vikings video.
No. Exactly. I was going to say, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it is your last show, and I'm not going to have other chances to interrupt you. How is it that the only one dating him is the only one who didn't know? The only one who hasn't seen the Viking video? Can somebody explain that to me? The only one who had to see it didn't see it.
Remember, probably one of the worst segments I've done on this show, but I'm gonna stick up for you. You had no bad segments. Well, I would say when I did my fashion breakdown of the Met Gala, it left. I don't know, but I will say this. But we did say the take I will stand by is Stephon Diggs with the Lions pelt and the red shoes. Told you everything you needed to know. Like, that was Daddy, Cardi. You knew that. You knew what you were getting into. That didn't tell me that. But the video in the Viking locker room years ago certainly told me everything that I needed to know. How did somebody close to her, even if she didn't know, she is who she is. That's a good look, by the way. That's tight. I'm thinking about shopping. I'm thinking about shopping that, or at least renting that for a night. Look at that, dude. That man is a young king right there. Royalty. There's like, what's it? The Louis Vuittons that are red on the bottom. This guy's just all red. That guy is a young king. But how does somebody not go to her and say, hey, have you seen this video? Because everybody in the history of the internet has, except for you, apparently. Well, and so you don't even have to talk. You don't even have to be like intimidated or afraid of her, and I can't say to her what I need to say to her. Just push play. Just put the phone in front of her. Push play. Well, and I just assumed that she did know. She was on that boat as well. Like, I just assumed that she was in on the flirting, but apparently not. But that's not why I bring up Cardi B, guys. Tell me. The other big Cardi B story is Offset. Her ex-boyfriend is reportedly asking for spousal support. And you know, guys, I'm thinking about doing the same thing, because here Jim is running around with little Stephon Diggs of his own. Old Cardi Rome over here with Adam Diggs, a guy with 10 times the amount of followers that I have on Instagram, 5 times the amount of followers I have on Twitter, a much longer career. And you know what the worst part is? I like Adam. I looked at his Twitter, and he's got a Scout Trooper painting from Star Wars as his banner. And guess what, Jim? I had your back whenever it came over the table, too. I was only 5, though. I couldn't speak up yet.
Bro, the reason you will not get spousal support is because I know what you're making. Do you know how I know what you're making? I try to match what you're making. If anybody's paying anybody anything, you're paying me. You're chipping me off, bro. You chip me off. I know what you're making. All right. Spousal support denied. First of all, you divorced me. I didn't divorce you. You divorced me, and it was an amicable separation. I am proud of you. I'm happy for you. Don't come to me and ask for any money. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm getting out over my skis here.
You are, dude. Dude, you're the dude.
But hold on now, though.
On Saturday, ABC World of Sports, you're gonna spin around and wipe off and bounce your head off the ground at Innsbruck. All right.
Hey,
on,
you want to see
no
something
money
crazy?
For you.
You want to see something crazy?
Yeah, I do.
All right, guys, can you bring up the picture of the bear in the tree in Baton Rouge? So if you don't know, the NCAA baseball tournament gets underway today.
I do.
How this works is 16 sites will they host 3 other teams. They play a little 4-team tournament. 1 team advances into the super regional round. This is a massive deal in this part of the country here, guys.
By the way, I talked to Tim Corbin of Vandy on the show. I love college ball, dude. I love college ball.
I don't like you giving Vandy. I
know you don't. I know you don't, but I love him. He's a great, great coach. My guys, UCSB is normally right there. They did not qualify, which is kind of breaking my heart, but I just want you to know before you go, I love college baseball. I know that's where you live. I know that's what you guys do. You just said it. It's your NCAA tournament. Just know that I know. So I feel you. I appreciate you.
So, okay, look here, guys. And if you want to, it's going to be in the A block here under Jacques Doucet. There it is. Look at this from one of the most famous local newsmen here in Baton Rouge, Jacques Doucet. Just another Friday in Baton Rouge. We got a bear hanging out of a tree near the Broadmoor area. Look at that.
Dude, he's gonna get electrocuted, man. He's near the power lines.
Right by the power lines. Bear in the tree on game day. So what does this mean? Is this a good omen or a bad omen? Okay. What did I do? I consulted the oracles. I threw the bones. I cast the lots. And I think that put together a body of evidence. Now, we all know in financial terms, bear market, bad, right? Why? Because bears swipe down. But if you're not an LSU baseball fan, you may not know that Bear Jones is LSU's best hitter. Also, A Bear, my name, one of the most populous last names in all of Louisiana. Plus, what is a baby bear? A baby bear is a cub. Chicago Cubs play baseball. So, after consulting the Oracle, Jim, bear in the tree, officially a good omen for the LSU Tigers to take the regional this weekend.
Dude, I can't tell you. I can't tell you how much I'm going to miss this. Actually, I can. Not at all. Whatever the hell that was. Do you know what, dude? We used to have a house in Montana where there were bears. And DJ was like beside. She's like, do not go for a hike. Do not go for a walk. Do not go for a hike without your bear spray. I'm like, it's such a bad look. She's like, oh, really? Really? You know what's a worse look? A bear mauling you. Do not leave the house without bear spray. And I would say, I'm not going out with the bear spray. And Janet would not let me like hike or walk without bear spray.
That is toxic masculinity.
Okay.
It's okay to carry bear spray.
Oh yeah, I didn't think so. I thought it was a bad look. But you won. So whenever, not only did I carry the bear spray, but DJ wanted to make sure that it worked. It worked. She's like, well, try it. So of course I point the bear spray into the wind, being the city slicker that I am. Dude, right back in my face, man. And if bear spray is used to discourage human beings, you can imagine what bear spray did to a 5'10" middle-aged male. Dude, I'm like puking all over the place. I'm throwing up. I think I'm blind, you know. I'm like, bear spray. I'm never leaving the house ever again. Don't worry about the bears. I'm never leaving the house ever again. Thank you for that, DJ. The danger was not a bear getting me that I never saw, but rather a can of bear spray. Thank you for
There
nothing,
is
DJ.
something.
Happy birthday, DJ. Today's her birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, DJ.
And look, I'm also very sad that me and DJ never got to meet because
Oh, I
she
know,
was always
dude.
so supportive and so kind.
Oh, she loved you, dude. She
of
loves
my
everybody,
time on
but
the
she loved you.
show, And I love DJ. But there is something deeply funny about you being like, I'm too manly for bear spray, and then accidentally spraying yourself in the face with bear
Hilarious.
spray.
It happened like 15 years ago, and I still find no humor in it. Dude, that's like Mace. That's like Mace times 1 million, dude. It's bear spray.
Yeah.
How is it does not kill bears? It only aggravates them. I think it only buys you like 5 seconds, and they're gonna run you down anyway.
That's what Dog the Bounty Hunter used to use.
Yeah.
And there was a very famous episode of South Park where Cartman was pretending to be Dog. He'd say, Bear Mace, Beth, give me the bear mace.
Did he use it on people that he was hunting or actual bears?
People he was hunting.
Yeah, man, dude.
I don't think he collected a bounty on a bear, but he may have.
Man. You do not want to mess with that. All right. When we come back, I need, here's what I got. I have something to promote and tease, and I want your reaction. All right, we just had Adam Rank, who did great. Tough shoes to fill now, T-Bob. So I want you to say it. And then, by the way, when you say T-Bob, when you say things like, I wish we had done this, I wish I had met this person, dude, you're not gone forever. I mean,
true.
I don't know when or
Very
how,
true.
but I feel
Very
like
true.
we will come together and do these things somehow, some way. But if you have something to say to T-Bob on his final day in the after hour, go ahead and send us your posts. There it is. We even built a graphic, dude. That's how much we love you. There's an actual graphic that was built at T-Bob53, at Jim Rome. And when we come back, the top 5 things that T-Bob is looking forward to doing once he arrives in Chicago. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. So I've got some reaction, but I want to save the reaction. Man, get up in here. Keep coming. Hit us up right now at T-Bob53. It's his last day on the after hour. Hit me up at Jim Rome. Whatever you want to say, whatever you have to say is great. Now, T-Bob, you've already thought about Chicago. I know you've been moving and doing lots of things. Give me the 5 things that you are looking forward to most about moving, living, and being in Chicago.
Here we go. The 5 things I'm most looking forward to in Chicago. Number 5 on the list, Jim.
What do you got?
A cool autumnal crisp. So I grew up
autumnal.
What a word, right?
I was going to say, I love that. That. You've never broken out autumnal.
That is
cool
one of my top 10 favorite words.
Dude, you and me both. That's so weird. We're connected like that. That not only is a great word, that is a beautiful phrase. A cool autumnal crisp. That is an amazing phrase. We're not going to get to number 1.
Doesn't it?
We're not going to get to number 1. I want to just fixate on that phrase. That is an amazing phrase. I'm going to miss that about you, dude. A cool autumnal crisp.
Well, it's something that I feel like I've been chasing since my childhood. I grew up about an hour north of Atlanta, and while we did not have real winters, we would get a legitimate fall, right? Like the leaves would change. There'd be that feeling in the air.
Wait till it turns into a frigid, cryogenic hypothermia. There's another phrase for you.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
So, but again, it's like anything else. You got to take the good with the bad, the light with the dark, and being able to experience fall again, like a college football Saturday morning where I'm going to be walking the dog or something, and there's going to be brown leaves falling off of trees, flowing through the air. Maybe Halloween's around the corner, right? And I'm going to be drinking coffee, and there's going to be that cool autumnal
like Illinois or Northwestern, or who are you going to watch?
Oh, I'm going to watch it all. I'm going to be locked in. I mean, all I do even now because of my job, I watch college football about 11 a.m. to midnight every Saturday.
Sure.
So we're going to be locked in every single Saturday come fall time. Number 4 on the list here, moving to Chicago, things I'm excited for, refinding my MLB and NHL fandoms, or I should say refinding my MLB fandom and for the first time finding my NHL. I never cared about the Thrashers. I was a massive Braves fan growing up. But I kind of fell away around junior high. I tried to get back into them. I could never quite get hooked. I've had a couple of really fun times in Wrigley. So I'm excited to dive into the Cubs.
Yeah, because
I
you
love
drink a
college
lot.
baseball. It really helped me rediscover baseball. So I'm excited to rediscover the MLB. And then I'm just really excited for some Blackhawks action, dude.
No doubt. No doubt.
Number 3 on the list.
Can you count to 5? Can you count backwards from 5 is what I'm getting at.
Number 3 on the list.
You stalled on that. Okay,
so
go
far,
ahead.
so good,
3.
dude.
Yeah.
The Symphony and Musical Theater.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Massive fan of going to the symphony, local symphonies, school symphonies, anything, everything.
Wow.
One of the greatest nights of my life was watching John Williams live in the Hollywood Bowl. Easily.
No way, not John
the best,
Williams. Can't believe that.
Concert I've ever been to. I love musical theater. Les Mis is probably my favorite of all time. I don't know. Spamalot was incredible. Book of Mormon is very fun. I never saw Hamilton.
Dude.
But the point is, now I'll be living in a
Hamilton. You need
now
to
I'll
see
be living
Hamilton.
in a city where Hamilton will be.
Right.
So like now I can check it out. So I'm really looking forward to that again, man. Now I'll be like in the suburbs, probably like almost an hour north, but still nothing better than
worth it.
Putting on some fancy clothes and going downtown to a concert.
Put on that Stephon Diggs fur and the red kicks.
You want to hear some real? Oh God, I'd be looking so fat and stupid in that.
No, you'd be looking awesome. You'd fit right in, dude. From the balcony with your little binocs, man. You'd be perfect. Lauren's like next. Number 2.
Number 2 on the list. My kids growing up playing hockey.
Yeah. Oh,
I
no,
never
no,
considered that,
dude. I'm going to jump right in on you. Have you ever experienced that?
No, I've never in my wildest dreams.
Okay, now I know you played football, so you know what it's like to put pads on. You have no idea how much, and I'm, all right, hockey parents will not like me. Dude, there is so much labor involved with getting them in skates, getting them in pads, paying what it costs, and rinks are freezing, dude. We tried it. We tried it here in Cali. We went right to baseball, man. Jake played hockey. Not only did he play hockey, but dude, he played hockey with like Chris Pronger's kids, and like he played with legendary kids because it was Orange County. They went to baseball, but go ahead. But go ahead and try. You might love it. You might love it. You might love it.
I'll say, look, maybe I'm naive, and I do know it's very expensive, which I don't love. But first off, so my daughter, my oldest one, they love these movies Inside Out 2. The main character, Riley, in these Inside Out movies, she's a girl who loves hockey. So she's very excited to try it out. I'm juiced for her.
Okay.
And then I just think about little Quad Bob just freaking checking people through the plexiglass.
Forget it. He's going to be
just
a menace.
Killing kids.
He's going to be a menace.
I'm in, dude.
Well, hockey in addition to football or hockee instead of football? Or hockey before football? Yeah.
Hockey and football, baby.
I got you.
We going physical year round.
I got you.
We going to raise a tough some bitch.
Hey, man, I like multiple sports. Number 1. Okay, I'm not talking you out of it. I'm just saying that those are some things to concern yourself with about hockey. Number 1, the thing you're most looking forward to in Chicago.
Yeah, like I said, we got to find the good and the bad. And it's a white Christmas, baby. That's right. I have never lived anywhere that truly has winter. And I have, when I tell you I love Christmas, I think I probably love Christmas more than 96% of the people on the planet. I am obsessed.
96.
I think about it year round. I listen to the music constantly.
Do you watch Hallmark? Do you watch Hallmark when they start running those Christmas movies in
we
June?
Keep the Hallmark channel. Yes, we keep the Hallmark channel on 24/7 in December in my household. But the thing is, a lot of times in Louisiana, it'll be 80 degrees. That ain't no fun. Kind of takes you out of it. So although winter is going to suck and I'm going to hate it and I'm going to be done with it because I suck at the cold weather, I cannot wait to have, hopefully, a neighborhood blanketed in snow, kids running around, fires, maybe fireplaces. I don't know what we do. Maybe like some warm eggnog.
Do you know what, dude? I'm going to tell you something really quickly. The first time I was ever in a major metropolitan where there was snow was New York City. DJ and I, for the Final Four of all things, the Final Four, it was a White Christmas, and it was one of the most romantic, beautiful things ever.
There we go.
Because we had never been in a major city where there was snow. We had been in the mountains. We had been at ski resorts. We had never been in a city with snow, dude. It was beautiful. You'll love it. You'll love it.
So I'm, again, that is my North Star. I just keep telling people White Christmas, White Christmas. They tell me, oh, you're going to hate the winter. I say, okay, yeah, but White Christmas.
All right, let's do this. 5, that's a great list. Keep sending reaction. I would love to get to the end of this show with our farewell to T-Bob and reaction. Hit us up. Get to the X platform right now and hit T-Bob up at T-Bob53. Hit me up at Jim Rome or email us at rome@habitate.com. We are coming around the corner. It's a bittersweet day. It's a sad day. It's a sad day, but it's a happy day because I'm proud of you. We are better for knowing you. You're moving on to great things, but it is a sad day. Some reaction. Get us in or get up in here with your reaction, and we'll come right back. Trying to get you to engage some engagement farming industry, as JJ Redick would say. So again, I'm going to keep hammering this. Hit us up, get to X, share your thoughts. Let's read some of this, T-Bob. This guy I don't even recognize. That's good. Gil Boldberg, quote,
hell yeah, Gil.
Might shed a thug tear on at T-Bob53's last appearance at Jim Rome. It's nice. It's nice.
I've shed so many tears, dude. It's been again, everything about this. I mean, bittersweet is the word. It's a perfect word. It's a perfect word. Whoever made up bittersweet, the day is yours. Because how can something be so contradictory and yet so true?
Man, it's
because I'm excited about the opportunity, but I am really sad about a lot of the stuff that I'm no longer going to get to do every day.
I mean, I wish somebody would put a plate of sweet and sour pork in front of me right now.
Oh God, dude! Don't get me started.
For both reasons, man.
You know me and Chinese food, Jim.
I
made a list of my top 5 favorite things in the world recently, and Chinese food made it on there.
You have lists, dude. You have lists for days. Hey, so when you shed tears for this, are any of them thug tears?
No, I'm not an especially hard man, Jim.
No,
I cry a lot.
You know what you should do to represent your time here? You should get a teardrop in ink. Ink teardrop. If you really cared about, if you really meant what you're saying about how much this show meant to you, you will ink a teardrop.
You know what? Is one of my favorite memories from this, and it's like I look back on it, man, and it just warms me. But we did our whole first week at Disney. And that was a crazy time, right? I'm trying to be present with the family, but I'm also, I'm trying to really impress you and the guys. And I want to prove to y'all that, like, I'm into the show and I'm here for the show.
God, dude, you've aged 10 years since then. It was like 10 weeks ago. Just kidding.
And I'll never forget. I know it really has. It's crazy. But I'll never forget that Friday, we finished the show. And then me and my wife and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, we got to go on a adult date. We had a babysitter for the kids. We got to go on an adult date. We went to the Irish pub, and we were just texting each other, me and you. And you were texting me, great first week, and what are you drinking? I'm drinking this, and I was sending you pictures, and it was just a very, very surreal moment to be like, I mean, here I am sitting here in Orlando, and I'm good and drunk. And I'm texting Jim Rome, who's also maybe buzzing a little bit.
And not maybe.
We're and like we're just texting like friends, and it was I don't know, man.
Yeah,
and
but let's be real. Let's not act like it was more than what it was. You ghosted me or blocked me or hit D&D like 3 texts in.
No, that is not true. That is not true. That is not true at all. Because I remember too, I'm showing my wife, I'm like showing her, I'm like, look, dude, I think Jim like really likes me, dude.
He did.
Like, look at this, dude.
He did.
Look at this.
I was trying to lead from the front. I was trying to let you know, like, dude, really good job. Really good job. My other guys are like, dude, what do you want, old man? Why are you bothering us? It's bad enough that you work us all these hours. Can we please have our time so I don't bother anybody? You were the new guy, so I knew you wouldn't be bothered. And I wanted to let you know you did a great job. It was important, I thought.
It meant just know that it made my night, man.
Have you already lost my number?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
you text me anytime, babe.
Here's
you
a
want
gal.
some coconut oil? You want some pictures? I got you. Whatever you need. Just ask.
Well, so Tommy, we eliminated the big fat long break. So we need another break. All right, so what we're blowing through. We have a lot more reaction.
I'm sorry, I had to get that story in because it's literally
I like that story. It was nice.
One of my favorite memories of my life. Like of my life.
Let's not get stupid. Come on, stop it.
I'm not being stupid.
Stop it.
Your career doesn't matter to you? I mean, that was a massive moment in my career. I just remember being filled with like warmth and gratitude.
My thing that I want to say to you is, look, we all have imposter syndrome. We all have insecurities. We all wonder if we're going to make it. Dude, you are... I'm looking into the camera now. Can you see me? You are an exceptionally talented person. You are very smart, very talented, very clever, very funny, very well read, very engaging, very well liked. You have a great work ethic. I don't need to worry about you, dude. I do not need to worry about you.
I love you, Jim.
I've done this a long, long time, and I've worked with a lot of a-holes, and I've worked with a lot of talented people that were a-holes, and I've worked with a lot of tryhards that tried really hard and cared a lot. But dude, you are really different. You are a unicorn of sorts. Dude, I hold you in very high regard. Man. All right. Now I've got guys on my staff that I would say similar things about, but I want you to know that, dude, you are very, very talented.
And when I started, I know we got to go, but when I started this show,
hold on,
I was
Tommy,
struggling.
Okay,
with that.
keep that thought, Tommy. Tommy's taking us down. All right, when we come back, some thoughts. When we come back, some thoughts. Wow, bro, you did not, man. You know you'd lose, so what do you care? I have so much more experience, bro. All right, so anyway, Amber is in. And we love Amber. Amber in Portland. Quote, happy last day in the jungle, T-Bob. Start this last after hour with a double bourbon on the rocks and some of that pink boog shug that Diggs was dishing out on the boat. Woo! War going out with a bang. Really enjoyed your time in the jungle. Tommy and Nola, there's your boy. There's your boy, Tommy and Nola. If there's any reasonable doubt about the devastating impact of the haymaker that T delivered to the jungle's chin, Adam Rank just removed said doubt. Anyone would be nervous about filling those shoes. He's right.
Oh, Tommy's my boy, dude. That's my P1 right there, baby. Go Tigers,
Bella B loves you. Quote, we've gone full circle. On the first day of the after hour, T-Bob looked like Turtle from Entourage. On his last day, he looks even more like him. All the best in Chicago.
I gotta say, dude, I mean, look, Bella, she's a real one. Every day hitting us up, massive supporter of the after hour.
Dude, you think Wells is a real one?
Wells getting back in the jungle. Wells is so happy. It made my day. Yeah. Wells back in the jungle. I was so happy I could contribute to that.
You made his life. Go ahead on Bella.
Bella drinking a spicy marg with a beautiful view for the after hour.
That's what she does, man. That's what she does, dude. That's what she does. T-Bob, this from Ian. T-Bob, she boozes and she roams. She boozes from Calgary. She boozes skinny margaritas for Bella. T-Bob, we would also like to welcome you to Chicago. Signed, Crime, Murder, Drugs, and B.O.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm in. I fit in perfectly.
You'll fit in perfectly.
Or at least with the last two. At least with the last two. I don't know about the crime and the murder, but I love drugs, and I don't wear deodorant, actually.
There you go,
it's
man.
It's a weird thing about me. I don't wear deodorant.
Don't care, don't know. Drago is in. I saw your first appearance on the After Hour. Now I'm seeing your last. This X name is from D&D character that I created long ago. Thanks for being you, Darren in Green Bay. Drago Wolf 920. War nerds, dude. Nerds.
So I think that Drago may have been the one potentially,
Quickly.
who pointed out the first time you said D&D on this program,
Right.
you were talking Do Not Disturb. I thought you were talking Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I was.
And I believe he was the one that pointed out the disconnect.
No, he was wrong. You're right. He pointed that out, but you were wrong. I was all about the Dungeons and Dragons. We will come back with the last ever T-Bob After Hours segment, the ultimate. Stay tuned. Look at this dude, man. All right, quickly, some more reactions to our last segment. Hannah in Denver. So excited for this new opportunity for you, T-Bob. At Barstool Sports is a legendary company of content creators. The Rome Show is definitely more classy, but the Barstool family is growing. That's nice.
Hell yeah, Hannah. Thank you.
Gail in Valencia.
Thank you to all the clones, too.
Gail, too. There's nary a word in my vocabulary to say how bummed I am that you're leaving. But alas, I will continue on with the After Hour, and all will be well. You will be missed. Gail's
Hell yeah,
cool.
Gail. Thank you very much. And she's another one, man. Gail's been in here constantly.
Gail's great.
Hanging with us, having fun. Y'all are in great hands with Adam. Trust me, again, I researched Adam. And I saw that on his
final
Twitter.
Countdown, bro.
He has a Star Wars Scout Trooper on his painting on his banner. He's a good man. He's a good man.
Who?
Hey, Final Countdown. Jim, love you. Tom, Lorne, Nick, everybody. I love you all the clones, the jungle. Y'all have been the absolute best. This is not a goodbye. This is a see you later. And as always, war coconut oil.